This is a story about the ocean and space. Two vast and powerful forces of nature that never really get to see each other. As much as we could see from the forward point of view that they seem to be touching, in reality, the distance between the ocean and the entirety of what is outside of the earth is miles and miles away. And I always wondered that if these two powerful beings ever fall in love, if that's even possible, how they could do that. Is the sky a part of space? Or is it a part of the earth? Or is it the love between the two? Have there been any times where they would yearn for each other for the sake of, I don't know, maybe just falling in love? Maybe there are moments where things just happen, and because of the circumstances that they're in, it seems impossible now. Anyways, this is the story from the point of view of the ocean and her little love letter to outer space. And on the flip side, there is a response from space to the ocean. Both of them are very, very true and real emotions that I know I felt in real life, and I think other people definitely have also felt, whether it is a long distance relationship, if it is a relationship that you feel like you aren't allowed to have. It is something that I feel like is a form of hopelessness and a search for hope. And I hope that both representations somehow relate to you, as it definitely relates to me both during the time of a quarantine season as well as living in whatever environment that you and I am living in right now. Either way, I hope you enjoy. I am vast and filled with life, just like you. Every bit of who I am has no end, just like you. Between the two of us, the world will think we are unlimited. But are we really? No matter how far I go up, how much I can feel your touch and share the same world, the sky is not just the limit, but the boundary between me loving you and you loving me back. I can see your moon so clearly as you can see my ocean blue. And suddenly, it all seemed possible. But all you could do is feel the oxygen evaporate from my body. And all I can do is feel your sun shining back on me, admittedly giving me warmth. But when will I see you and hold you and kiss you, even just touch you? Will that ever be possible? Hello. So those are the two poems, or technically 3 poems, that I decided to write in the case of this story. I actually just had this idea pop up because I've been recently having a lot of ideas pop up in my head about what I want to design and draw for my Redbubble store. I did kind of post something similar to this, but I just wasn't really satisfied with how it looked enough to actually sell it, so I ended up not doing it. But I did draw this little thing prior to that, just because it was something that I did want to draw, and did want to draw for fun as well, and really liked the result of, and was really proud of. And the story behind it and the poems behind this, unlike all of, well, not all of it, but like the first work that I posted that was story based, this was something that I kind of made up on the fly and was kind of thinking about as I drew it, of like the storyline of two unattainable characters that people could kind of see, like visually or metaphorically, as like you can't really touch each other even though it looks like it. Sometimes when you look at space and you look at the ocean from a beach, like you look at the sky and the ocean, you think it's so close to each other, but then if you ever like swim on the ocean, or if you ever just kind of look closely, you kind of realize that you still can't touch the sky and you still can't touch space, because it is miles and miles above where the sea is. I wanted this story to be about unattainable love, and how maybe it isn't as unattainable as you think it is. You just kind of need to think about it in a different perspective and be as optimistic as you can, and be aware and happy that there's always support there for you. I think at times when you feel so alone, you think that the idea of love, whether it is romantic or platonic, isn't around or possible, when that is genuinely not the case. And I wanted that story of like that yearning and wanting to be there and not being able to feel that love, whereas on the flip side, like knowing that that love is there and just not realizing it, be portrayed by this couple. And we always talk about the sun and the moon, but how about the sea and the sky? And not even the sky, but space, and how we define space, and how we define the sea, and how we define connections and being close. I am generalizing here. I do think that my experience of it definitely comes from me and my yearning for something more, or something in general, or finding happiness, and me finding hope through that. And this definitely comes through keeping in mind with my identities, which I hope that everyone can respect. However, if that doesn't apply to you, then it doesn't apply to you. I also want to add that my Redbubble is still up. All of the proceeds are going to go to mutual aid, so if you could check it out, and if you're interested in buying, I will really appreciate it. And if not, a promo will make me very happy as well. Thank you, and I'll see you next time.